Good morning, you badass motherfuckers. It's the All on Me, the morning drinking show. I'm your host, Greg, getting back on this motherfucker once again. Fired up on a Sunday morning. Fired up for life, motherfuckers. Getting inspired by the thoughts of death. By the thoughts of death this morning, right? That's some morbid shit, huh? It's morbid to be thinking about death, but I'm telling you, death inspires what? Life. It inspires life. We ain't guaranteed shit. We are not guaranteed shit today, right? You got to set intentions on each and every day, motherfuckers. And I'm inspired to get on this motherfucker today. Coming unrehearsed, right? I ain't got a plan other than I'm just going to speak. And that's how you know it's a gift, right? That's how you know shit's a gift, man. When you ain't got to really overthink it, you ain't got to really plan or prepare, right? Sure, I get a little nervous every once in a while. I was even feeling it today. Just release it, man. Release. Get with the breath. The breath has life. And we just connect, right? We say, what is the nerves, right? What am I so nervous about, man? These motherfuckers coming at me, all these negative people in this world, right? How's your week going, man? Are you guys ready for a new week? Right? Who's ready for a new week, or who's just really getting stressed out, man? Because Christmas is almost here. And you're getting stressed out because you're like, shit, man, I need to pay bills. But I got this big ass long list of shit I gotta buy. It's expensive, and who knows if these people even gonna want this shit. It's stressful, man. It's stressful. And that's why self-care is so fucking important in every single day of your life. Every single day you're doing life, self-care, right? And a lot of you don't even know what the fuck that is. Self-care, what is that? It's not jerking off all day, right? Self-care is really giving back to yourself. It's taking care of yourself, right? Uh, for you ladies, maybe it's a manicure, pedicure, right? Maybe it's a massage, right? That's gender neutral. I don't know if we do. I talk about all that shit. I've been thinking I should probably get a pedicure. Massages, for me, it's yoga, it's exercise, right? Them hot springs is definitely part of my self-care routine, right? It's taking care of yourself. It's saying, look, man, like if you're an adult, you're a parent, you're a grandparent, you got to take care of other people. There's responsibilities in this world. I'm a father. I got 2 kids, teenagers, right? I got a big responsibility. But how the fuck am I going to show up and take the best care of them if I'm not taking care of myself, right? And it's the same for you. And I know way too many people in 22 that think taking care of themselves is taking care of others. And I don't, look, you define whatever the fuck you want to define. But I could tell you this is that if you are neglecting taking care of yourself based on my definition, right? Which is truly, spa days, massages, doing the things that really just it makes you feel good, right? Getting the hair done, right? Getting the hair did. Who thinks I should get the hair did? Clip, clip, clip. Fuck no, man. I ain't cutting the hair. I like the locks, man. I like the locks. I never let my hair grow this long. And I'm okay with it. I don't care if you are or not. That's another part of self-care, man. It's just accepting yourself. So I was inspired today. We're talking about step up to the stage, motherfucker. Anybody like these gloves? I felt very blessed yesterday. One of my exceptional front desk staff here at the motel gifted me these gloves, right? And the minute I put them on, I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. These are like my fighting gloves. And he's like, oh shit, because he just wants to have me keep my hands warm. But I really feel like these are, it's the MMA fighting gloves. I'm ready to fucking get after it. It makes me I feel powerful with these gloves. And if you've ever fought, right, whether it's just training, sparring, or actually stepping into the ring or the arena or the cage, right, you feel powerful when you get them gloves put on. You're like, yeah, let's go. And he kind of freaked out. He's definitely not as hard charging as me. He's like, man, I hope you don't get a fight with those gloves. I'm like, I hope not too. I can tell you, I haven't been into a physical fight in quite some time. I've talked to several men out of hurting themselves with my fists in the last, I don't know, half a dozen years, which is good, right? Because there's a level of maturity you get past when you're 40 fucking plus years old where, scrapping, that's not how you solve problems. And so I was super inspired this morning by one, calling you motherfuckers, right, to step up to the game called life. But I heard something really incredible, right? Credible news, right? And it's something that I think New Mexico, those of us that are native New Mexicans, right, we know about this shit. And certainly if you're a fighter, you know about this shit. But New Mexico has a legacy of fucking incredible world champion class fighters. We have fighting in our blood, man. I'm telling you, fighting in our blood. And this morning, I didn't watch the UFC last night, but there's an 18-year-old young man, Raul Rojas Jr. Most of you ain't ever heard of this man. Raul Rojas Jr. will be a UFC champion. You heard it here maybe first, but I heard it from him first. And he did something no one's ever done in the history of UFC. Look him up. Badass motherfucker. 18 years old. He's the youngest fighter to ever win a fight in UFC. Did it last night. And he's a native New Mexican from Clovis, New Mexico. He's fighting out of Nevada, right? I just read a small story. I didn't watch the fights last night. I was doing other shit, worrying about me. But I was inspired by this young man because of what he was quoted as saying in the news, right? He's an 18-year-old man, still in high school, motherfuckers. He's in his senior year of high school, just made the history books of UFC out of New Mexico, native born, youngest fighter ever win a fight, right? Raul Rojas Jr. And New Mexico has a legacy of incredible fighters, man, from Johnny Tapias to J.C. Linsons to Diego Sanchez's and so many more other motherfuckers. Just badass fucking world-class fucking champion fighters. And even me, man, back in the day, I used to throw down. I had natural gift for fighting. I'm telling you, I got into a lot of fucking street fights growing up, man. That was just part of the culture. As part of the culture was being fighters, man. Fighters. You used to have to fight. And that was at least, there was dignity in fighting back in the day, right? You have a difference with another dude, right? You say, hey, let's go fight. I'll meet you at the park at fucking lunch or after school, whatever it was. And you had to show up. You had to show up, right? You couldn't hide. If you didn't show up that first time, motherfuckers would grab your ass, pretty much take you hostage, right? They'd usher you in the car. Let's go. And everybody would show up. And this shit was crazy, man. I remember one time, you guys, we had a fight. It was like, it's an old movie, West Side Story, but man, it was like 60 fucking high schoolers, about 40 of them, 20 of us, truckloads, vehicles of just people. And we just like mob fighting, man. But here was the thing, man, is we would get into the fist fight, right? You either get your ass beat or you beat their asses. And then you're cool. And then you say, all right, man, fuck yeah, bro. All right, fuck you too. We good, we cool, and this shit was squashed, right? Nowadays, I don't know how these young men are handling it. I can tell you my son was getting picked on last year and he socked a motherfucker. And so he got suspended, but this kid started the shit. And I went and I told his principal, I said, look, man, because here's the thing. The other kid was starting it. He was provoking my kid, stealing his backpack, doing all kinds of nasty shit. And I've taught my children, man, you start getting fucked with, knock a motherfucker out, put them in their place. Well, I know that shit ain't acceptable in 22 if you're this woke culture. I ain't woke, motherfuckers. I am transcended, right? There's a difference. And I still have the roots of, you know what? Fuck around and find out. So I literally went straight to the principal. I said, hey, motherfucker, Straight language. I talk to people the way they talk to. I don't say, Mr. Principal, no. Hey, motherfucker, you suspended my son, and this other motherfucking kid, he's still running his mouth, right? You all, I'm trying to do this the right way. You guys need to fucking intervene and put this other little kid in check, or else I'm gonna tell him to knock his fucking ass out. Enough's enough, man. My kid's getting bullied and he's gonna stand up for himself. So which is it, man? Are you guys gonna step in and handle this other kid, right? Or I'm telling my son to knock his fucking ass out. They freaked. Shit got stopped. But I want to go back to Raul Rojas Jr., 18-year-old fucking youngest fighter ever in UFC history, right? I didn't watch the fights, so I really don't give a fuck. But I am impressed because of what he was quoted, and this is the challenge for today's talk. Step up to the stage, motherfuckers. What's the stage in your life? He hit the nail on the head, right? He was quoted as saying, you know, I'm living the dream. Of course he is. In fucking high school, he's in UFC in high school. That could have been me and so many motherfuckers I grew up with. I can tell you, man, we were fighters back in the day. Even myself, if UFC was more organized, where there wasn't like 280-pound motherfuckers fighting 160-pound motherfuckers, all kinds of different disciplines of fighting, right? As opposed to now, it's very organized and focused by weight class. I would have probably given that route an opportunity to see what I could have done. But that's here and there, man. That's in the past. We're talking about fucking Rojas Jr. That's going to be the champion, right? He's not the champion yet, but here's what he's quoted saying, man. He's living his dream, right? He said, look, no pressure, right? No nerves, right? And it's because, you know, totally free. It's because I'm doing what I love. Did you hear that, motherfuckers? He didn't feel any pressure, no nerves, totally free, right? Because he's doing what he loves to do. That's so fucking powerful. And he says, I'm just here to introduce myself. Damn, 18-year-old. Holy shit, Rojas Jr. I'm just here to introduce myself because I'm coming for the belt. That's how I know he'll be the champ. He's gonna be the fucking champ. Mark my fucking words, right? And he's just living wild and free. Sure, he's 18 years old. I know most of you motherfuckers wish you could go back and be 18 years old too, right? I remember kind of having another buddy that I shared a picture of us when we were playing junior high football, right? And he's like, man, I wish I could go back to back in the day. And I'm like, why, man? We didn't have a fucking clue back in the day. When I was 16, 17, 18, I didn't have a fucking clue about life. I thought I did. I'll tell you what, I thought I fucking knew it all, man. And I didn't know shit. I didn't know jack shit. And you didn't either. You thought you knew it all. You didn't. Life had to fucking hit you in the face. Life had to kind of grind you down, didn't it? Right? For you to really, when you look back, you're like, you want the youth. You probably want the energy. You want the body you had, right? But the mind is so much more powerful, motherfuckers. The fact that you've been through so much shit in life to get to this place, look, you can use the power of your mind to regain the youth. I'm fucking showing you motherfuckers that shit right here and now. Clean eating, clean thinking, right? Healing myself, where I feel like I've turned back the clock 20 years, 24 fucking year old body, mind, energy Greg. That's who's showing up right here every single day for me, not for you. I show up for me feeling 20 years younger every single day, guys, every fucking day. And it's because I continue to do this program. I eat clean, right? I set my day with intentions, right? With journaling, holding myself accountable, making a difference in this world, continuing to improve skill sets, develop my thinking, develop and add more value to the marketplace, come up with new ideas, look at new opportunities, try new things, all of this shit. So here's this kid, right? He's gonna take over this division. I don't even know what division he is, but I'm telling you, he's gonna be world champ and UFC champ. He's gonna be the UFC champ. It's because he's already set that vision. and he's already shocking the world. Dominant win. It was a dominant win too. First round submission. Holy shit. Very impressive. So my question back to you is, what do you love to do that you're not doing? Because I know what you love to do that you're doing that's not giving you the results that you wish you had, right? I don't think anybody was born to just love watching 10 hours of fucking football a day, right? No one was born to love that, right? I get it. If you love watching other motherfuckers work and perform at high levels, it's inspiring, but it clearly doesn't inspire you to even take action. It just inspires you to dig in more on the couch, the sofa, get another brewski, take a shot, get some more fucking nachos, some chips, some fucking guac, chicken wings, a steak or two. I mean, is that truly what you love? That's what you love to do. That's what this young man said. I'm just doing what I love to do. I didn't feel no nerves. I didn't feel any fucking anything, man. I was just feeling free. I'm telling you with this show right here, right? I love doing this. And I love doing it because, again, I don't feel the nerves. I feel free, right? I don't feel the pressure. I just get on here and I talk. And by talking, right, it just flows like a river. It flows like a river because it's probably a gift. And so how do you look at your own life? How do you juxtapose that, right? I know some of y'all love to eat. Well, I'm glad you love to eat. But the thing is if you love to eat food that's unhealthy, highly processed, full of fucking complex carbohydrates, your body's going to reflect that love, right? And you're going to feel like shit. You have low energy, low motivation, low self-esteem. So it's one thing if you love to eat. We all need to eat. At some point, we'll die if we don't eat, right? You need water more than you need food. But look, if you love to eat, why not switch it up, right? And start loving and learning how to eat healthier. Whole foods, cutting out all the bullshit. Find a nutritional plan that honors your body, right? That energizes your body, where you don't got to just hit fucking energy drinks all day to fucking get up. Fuck, man. I love this shit. Just like Rojas Jr., he found what he loved. What do you love? I'm sure there's something. I'm sure there's something that you do. I'm sure there's a gift that, and so here's the thing, is I know we all have this gift. We all have not the same gift. We don't all have the same gift to fucking go fight at that big of a stage and kick ass. We all don't have a gift to be at the highest level of football in America, or soccer, or hockey, or basketball, right? But there is something that's inside of you, right? That is a gift. And it's something that you're required to share with the world. That's why it's called a gift, because the creator, right? God has given you something and you're hiding it. Because somewhere along your path of life, right, you were shamed, right? You were silenced. You were dimmed. Your light got turned down because you had an ambition, you had a dream, and it made other people a little scared. It made other people feeling a little uncomfortable with themselves, that they said, you can't do that. We're not that type of person, or you'll never accomplish that. You're fucking dreaming. That's bullshit. You'll never accomplish that, right? And that was their own insecurity, but yet they planted those seeds of doubt in yourself. And those seeds are still fucking growing and blooming and blossoming, all that doubt and all that insecurity and all that not feeling valuable and worthy enough, right? To do something that matters to you, to do something that you truly love, right? And usually you tap into the creative when you get to this place of healing, right? When you truly get to a place of healing and some growth, right? Cleansing your body and your mind and your emotions and your spirit, right? You really start getting to creativity, whether maybe it's culinary, right? Maybe it's visual arts, maybe it's digital arts, maybe it's music, right? There's a million different things that you could do to express something that you know is a part of who you are. It comes natural to you. You overthink it. That's why you don't do it. And that's why you don't share it in abundance with the world. But we all have this. I think without exception, every single person is given such a unique gift, and it's to share with others, right? It's something that you have been given. But far too many people will die, right? Never sharing this gift because of fear, right? Because of trauma that was never healed in their life, that they never felt worthy. They never felt valuable, right? They never felt like that was who they could be, that they could have and possess such a great gift, right? Because they've seen all these other people, right, as they have stepped into their gift, and you feel like you doing the same or doing something similar, you'd be a fraud, or you'd be copycatting, you'd be criticized, right? And it's very unfortunate that that's the world we live in, where people will come driving by, right, your life, you minding your own business, you doing your thing, and motherfuckers gotta jump on top of you and try and criticize you as if somehow you need their acceptance. Well, most of us do. Most of us crave the acceptance of others. And that's a very toxic trait to have, right? When you are doing things clearly at a subconscious level to gain the acceptance of others. And I say this from a very first-hand experience. I grew up in a very codependent, trauma-bonded relationship with my mom as a little boy. We experienced a hell of a lot of fucking violence and trauma, right? And so we created a codependency. And that codependency created all kinds of a psychological, fucking mind fuck going on in my head, to where I literally have always had this attachment, right, to the feminine, to a woman, looking to women to fulfill the motherly role in my life that I felt abandoned, right? Because at 12 years old, she started a whole new family and I felt abandoned because she was the center of my world, right? She was the center of my world. And my whole fucking responsibility in life was to take care of my mom, right? As admirable as that is, right? To have a goal as an adult to say, hey, I want to retire my parents. I want to retire my spouse. Right? How many of you motherfuckers want to step up in 23 and say, you know what? I'm going to step up. I'm going to grind. I'm going to hustle. I'm going to do whatever I can do. I'm going to find my passion, my gifts, and I'm going to start retiring other people in my life, right? And along the way, maybe you're going to get retired too, but you would much rather just see someone else that you love and care for, that you got so much abundance that you can start like letting people relax and take that exhale, man, because you know the pressure cooker that people are under. And it's tough, right? But that's a hell of a challenge. But you imagine a little child with that pressure, and I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone, right? Kind of having that ability, especially as a kid, man. I was very physically fit. I was very physically gifted. And so a lot of people thought, hey, man, this guy's going to go professional. I was getting recruited by Division I as a freshman in high school. And I had a pretty catastrophic injury. I popped out my fucking left shoulder on my birthday, my sophomore year of high school, and it changed my trajectory, right? I think I could have bounced back, but I didn't have the mental capacity, nor did I have the support, right, from a family standpoint, to really rebuild my confidence to get me back out there. Although I did. I got surgery on it. I got back out there the first game when I returned from that injury. Guess what? That shit popped out again. So it changed my trajectory of saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to fucking go off and be a big fucking, professional athlete. So I went down the military path, and that suited me even better because it gave me a sense of discipline, right? Honor, duty, respect, right? It helped me to really just build my self-confidence, my self-worth, right? And I was able to give back to society, right? And so grateful for that experience. But I wake up this morning, I'm just so impressed by this 18-year-old native New Mexican out there kicking some real ass, right? And it just makes me think about, when are you going to step up to the stage of your life, right? When the fuck are you going to step up to your stage? When are you going to quit living in the crowd, right? When are you going to quit showing up to cheer somebody else on? When are you going to quit showing up to watch somebody else? Even this, right? You're showing up, you're watching this shit. I hope it inspires you. But you know, I am, as much as the light's on me right now, I'm shining the light back on you because I'm saying, look, it is on you, motherfuckers. You got something in you. When are you going to fucking open up, right? Yourself, your heart, your mind to the possibilities that there is something incredibly amazing and beautiful inside of you, right? That you need to cultivate and develop, right? In order to share it. But before you could do that, you got to pull out all these weeds in your life. And so it's one of those things, right? People are crazy and people will come along the way, right? I posted some shit the other day and I get people coming at me. If you could just do it without the vulgarity and the curse words and all this shit. And it's like, I get it, man. I get it. Right? If it just didn't have the curse words, right, it would be so much better. But the thing is if it didn't have the curse words, then it wouldn't be me. Because when I was, there was a time in my life that I was very religious, right? I was very into Christianity, right? Churchianity. And instead of saying fuck, I said frick. I said frack. Instead of saying shit, I said shack and shick and whatever. And if you truly do believe God knows all things, like if you're saying frickin' fracking, like it means fuck. God don't see it different for you religious types, for you little goody good goods. It's the same. It's the same shit. So you either eliminate the need of that expression or you just own it. And I own the need for that. I don't know where it comes from, but I just know that for me to edit myself, I've edited myself enough in this life to know what that is. And you've done the same. Now, whether you truly have examined yourself enough to know when you edit yourself, right? Do you edit yourself at work? Do you edit yourself at church? Do you edit yourself when you go on that first date? Right? Do you edit yourself when you get married? And every time you edit yourself, right, in a way that is not honoring of who you truly are, right? That means that you're doing it to be accepted by the external. And that means that you're truly not comfortable with being who the fuck you are. And I get it. A lot of the older generation, man, I think that, the world probably was a little bit more of a decent place. Or even if the decency wasn't there, at least what they didn't have that we have now is we have the information of the world at our fingertips. You don't even got to type correctly. You can literally say the magic words and the artificial intelligence comes up and it gives you the answers. So you don't even got to type. You don't even have to know how to spell. If you can just speak, you can receive the information of the world. Holy fuck. That's revolutionary in terms of information. So it's not that the world was maybe more decent or less, because we used to have wars where millions of motherfuckers were dying. That's crazy, doc. The Iraq War, I mean, we're talking, I think it was 5, 6, right? Vietnam, I think 55,000 plus men in arms dying, U.S. soldiers, right? We used to have wars where millions of motherfuckers are dying on the battlefield. That's crazy. That's crazy. So to say that it was a more decent world back in the days, right? That's tough to say. We were dropping atomic bombs on motherfuckers, wiping out whole entire fucking populations, right? Women, children, and the fucking military age men. We didn't give a fuck. We're about to blow your asses to smithereens. But we more decent now. Don't say them curse words. How dare you use the curse words? Vulgarity. But let's just drop bombs and blow up whole fucking communities, man. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. When people come and they criticize you, right? They try and silence you and edit you, the shit that I get. Like, I got this. I've already dealt with this fucking circus, right? I use my voice, right? The verbal blowtorch to try and eliminate all them fucking snowflakes. I know that this shit breaks you. But it's so selective, right? Could you imagine you, like here in New Mexico, we just passed legal recreational marijuana, right? So everybody's up in smoke. Everybody's getting fucking higher than a motherfucker, right? Can you imagine somebody, you driving down the road, you know, going to work in the morning, and you see a billboard for cannabis, right? Cannabis, right? Legal weed, come get high. And you're goody good, right? And you're going to work. What makes you think you got the right? You're driving to work, you see a billboard that's, you know, advertising cannabis. And then the next billboard you see is advertising a strip club. And then there's another billboard over here talking about alcohol and getting drunk. And then another billboard over here with casinos. And then another billboard over here with the club. Do y'all see where I'm going with this? What gives you the right as a person driving down the road, right? You're driving down the road to now say, I'm gonna call every one of these businesses and I'm gonna tell them, because I drive on that road and I go to work on that road, you have to take down your billboard because I don't want to see it. That's how people come across when they try and edit, right? When you are truly being your true and authentic self, right? Saying, hey, you could have said all that with all the F words. I don't know. Would it still be me if I said it with all the curse words? Because it's not like I'm like trying to say the curse words. Because like I said, I know what I've been when I've edited myself, when I've held back. And there's some truth that I could be more disciplined. But I'll be honest with you, I was at a parent-teacher conference like a few months ago. I was dropping F-bombs, right? Because these motherfuckers, and I was a teacher, public education, these motherfuckers, right? My son is someone that slipped through the cracks, right? He's uninspired by school because of COVID, right? COVID checked him out. He got checked out of school, right? He was checked into school prior to 2019, 2020. And then COVID happened and he checked out. Millions of kids all over the country got checked out. And I got pissed the fuck off because these educators aren't seeing the reality of what's going on, right? These kids are not mentally disabled. They do not have disabilities of learning. What they have is they've lost their why is this important. Are you understanding me, people? When it comes to education and the kids that have fallen back, they don't need special ed services. And that's what got me pissed off, is that these educators have not elevated and adapted to this day and age of what's going on with our children. These kids do have a learning gap. They don't have learning disabilities. They have a learning gap because, one, the teachers were uninspired. So thus the students, these kids know, they're like, you sent me home. School was, whatever was going on in this world must have been way more important, that my parents their business got shut down and you sent me home from school. And now I'm supposed to do school on the computer, and I'd much rather watch YouTube and TikTok. It's very distracting for little kids, all ages, right? To stay engaged and to be inspired by that. And I said, look, this is a travesty on your part because you guys are trying to use an old playbook for a new fucking problem. And I had this real talk, motherfuckers. These people were fucking, but they can't argue the facts. The facts are the facts, right? And that's the problem with the system, right? The system cannot stay dynamic enough to realize how fucked it is. And it's almost okay with them. And I saw this. That's what made me step away from school, right? In 2020, 2021, last year, I stepped away because I got in right before the pandemic. They said, we're sending you home for 2 weeks, right? That turned into over a year. And I was one of the first people to raise my hand when they said, hey, we can get back to the classroom. I was one of the first fucking teachers to volunteer to get my ass back in the classroom because I saw the suffering of my son. My daughter, she thrived in it. She actually thrived with the distance learning. And she's kicking ass. He's still struggling. And I saw the suffering. So I said, these kids, their butts need to be in the fucking seats. So I volunteered, jumped back in. I was also the first fucking teacher that got every kid to come back to school. No fucking distance. I called and connected with every parent from a parent standpoint. I was a teacher, but I'm talking to them from a parent standpoint, point of view, saying, get these kids back in here. Give them a try. Just 1 week. Give them a try. Right? I know you're concerned. Your concerns are our concerns. We'll do the masks. We'll do the sanitizer, whatever you want to do. But get their butts back in the class. And I did it. I was the only teacher, probably in the whole school district, that had the whole entire school back. My whole class. I didn't do any hybrid from April 6th on. But here's the problem is I saw that we had made all these investments in remote learning, right? Major investments, federal funding, state level funding, municipal funding to invest in figuring out this new reality. And yet for political expediency, right? Because what are parents? Parents are taxpayers and parents are voters. For political expediency, we said, get the kids back in the class. Let's get it back to the way it was, right? And it's like, holy shit, man. You squeezed out the tube of fucking toothpaste. You can't put it back in. And that's where all these kids are suffering. That's why I'm so anti-fucking machine, anti-government, anti-system, anti-politicians. I mean, shame on you motherfuckers, man, that have grown estranged from family members over political fucking issues. You need to have a hard fucking conversation with yourself and your creator about what's really fucking important, man. When you start dividing your own family based on politics, holy shit. Politics, political views, that shit's infiltrating your mind enough to make you divide your fucking family. That's the real shame. Not F words, not vulgarity. It's funny as fuck on a Sunday morning, ain't it? Good morning, sunshines. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. I do hope you don't sit on your ass all day, right? Watching the tube, right? Because again, I do believe you got a gift. Now that I'm coming down, getting all fired up, man. I'm fired up. I have a vision. I'll share with you guys. I got a vision. This is not my first time sharing the vision. But I do believe that I'm someone that's called to be the revolutionary, right, of education in this country, right? If there's anything I wish I could be remembered for, 100 years, 200 years, that this man led the revolt. And again, it's not overthrowing the system, right? Because I tried that. I went in the system. I saw what the fuck was going on. I said, nope. This is not going to work, right? You cannot overcome it from within. So again, what you do is you build something that's better from the outside. You build a better fucking system, right? And then you do what I did back in April of 2021. You reach the parents. You sell the parents. See, parents get to make a choice on where their kids go. You guys need to realize you do still have a fucking choice. And if you built a system that truly built children up, truly developed their gifts, truly developed all the shit that I wish I would have known about, right? Learning about ourselves, people. The shit I'm trying to talk to you guys about now, could you imagine if someone had guided you from the earliest ages of school to truly learn about your beliefs, your values, your boundaries, your self-talk, right? How to affirm yourself, how to approve of yourself. And then you could actually take tests that identify natural gifts, and then we cultivate the gifts, right? Yeah, we got to learn how to read. I don't know if you need to learn how to write. I love writing. Journaling's a big thing. So learning how to write's a gift. Math, come on, you guys. You say the magic words in the phone, beep, 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 and it comes out. But I think you should still probably learn some math. History. Let's not get into the cancel culture. History. It's an interesting world we live in. And I believe that our system, our education system is a piece of shit, is totally destroyed, is bankrupt, and it needs to go away. And the only way it's going to go away is if someone creates something better. You cannot change what is, right? There's not reforms that is going to change it, because just like every other political system, it's plagued with corruption, which is all based on money, right? You talk about, you just follow the money, man. What the kids are eating, to the books that they're getting, to all of this shit, the programs, it's all money. And it's a waste of money. They will literally tear down a relatively new school building, right? Because of a facilities fucking tidal wave of cash, and build a whole new school. They did it here. A pretty new school. They tore it down, put a brand new school there, and the teachers are still getting paid shit. Hundreds of millions of dollars, man. And they can't barely fucking take care of the teachers. And they can't put enough resources in the classroom. But even if they paid the teachers more and they gave them more resources, the curriculum does not benefit society as a whole, because it just teaches people to do what? Just like you, to be a slave, to serve, and serve a system that does not have your best interest. It wants you to stay down and dependent. It's about being dependent upon the system. It is not an empowering system, right? To truly unlock and unleash your greatest gifts. And it's incredible when you see a young man like Rojas Jr., right? Yeah, his gift is beating that. His fucking motherfuckers up, right? He's fighting. I used to have a gift like that too. It was very natural, right? And all the fights I got in, I never was really coached or trained in boxing, but holy shit, I would destroy motherfuckers naturally. It was just instinctual. And I think it's important, right, that every single person, right, needs to know how to defend themselves, right? In this day and age, you just never know, man. What are you going to do? What are you going to do if someone was to attack you, right? You gonna call the cops? You think the cops just gonna fucking manifest itself and save you? Or you waiting for a hero like me to jump in and rescue you, right? The same type of man that you label with all these toxic bullshit fucking labels, right? You need us when you're in fucking trouble, but then you got this whole other attitude is, fuck those men, fuck this, fuck that, right? And it's a crazy world that we live in right now, right? I know we haven't had a war where 1 million people have died in a long time. And yet vulgarity is what offends people. I'm not here for your approval, folks. I'm just not here for your approval, right? Because I've crawled out of my fucking pit, right? And I ain't going back. I'm going to continue living and thriving and transcending the prior version of myself right there. That motherfucker right there. Because I know the worth of freedom. I know the value of life. And I understand that death is a fucking real deal. And it can happen anytime. And I don't want to fucking die with regrets. I don't want to die saying, well, I wish I would have done that. I wish I would have tried that. I wish I would have believed in myself more. I wish all that dream that just kept coming up and coming up and coming up. I wish I would have found someone that could have inspired me enough to believe in myself, right? That I gave myself a chance, that I went all in on me, right? And it's a hard thing to do. It's hard, especially if you've lived in a situation where there's nothing but a poverty mindset, loser's fucking mindset, right? Because losers, right, criticize, judge, intervene, right? Losers don't mind their own fucking business. And they always got to let their opinions fucking matter because they can't shine the light on themselves. They can't step up to the fucking stage, right? And all I'm trying to do is challenge you motherfuckers, right? To wake up and say, what could you do today that would help you to have a fucking better day tomorrow, a better week this week? What could you change up, right? What could you do to unleash the gift inside of you so that when you do die, because you will, you're going to have just that less of regret to stare you down, right? Because you're going to say, you know what? I gave it a shot. I might not have won, but I gave it a shot. And I'm someone, right? I ran for political office 2 times. I come against this political machine because I know what it is. I've done it. I didn't just think about doing it. I didn't just put a sign for someone else and support their campaign and wear their t-shirt and put their sticker and put the I voted sticker on. I put my ass on the ballot, motherfuckers. When are you gonna do that? All you political junkies, when are you gonna fucking do it? It's your civil right, right? But you don't feel worthy enough. You got to cheer for somebody else, right? Because somebody else is more worthy than you. That's bullshit, right? This probably would be a better world if you ran for office. And even if you lost, it would be a better world because that means you faced a major fear, right? And you will be a better person on the other side of it. Trust me. You will never regret doing something, right, that you're a little scared of, and then overcoming it, even if it's not the full result you wanted. You will never regret that, right? And the thing is that it's not always about doing the things you love. It's a Sunday morning. The little bitch voice came in my head this morning, right? Because I need to go to the gym. I'll tell you what, motherfuckers, I don't love to go to the gym. I just don't. I love to go hiking. I love to go to them hot springs. I love to go to hot power flow yoga. I don't love to go to the gym. But guess what? I've never felt like shit leaving the gym. I've never felt like shit leaving the gym. I don't love it. I don't love going to the gym. I don't say, fuck yeah. But I'm grateful I get to go to the gym. And I'm grateful for what the gym does for me. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Right? And that's a big part of this journey, is that you got to be able to embrace the shit you don't always love to do. You got to do the uncomfortable, right? And that's the discipline. The discipline is what gets you past, right? Those limiting beliefs, the shit that just says, you know what? I don't want to do it. I'm just going to check out. And you got every reason to do that, right? You got every reason to give up on yourself, right? To believe all the bullshit, right? That you're not good enough. You're not worthy. You're too old. I say this all the time, man. Anything you can think of that you say I'm too old to do that, trust me when I say this, someone your age or older is doing it right now on this earth. So that's just a belief that you have. That doesn't make it real. Because if it's something that you would actually enjoy doing, yes, you might not do it at the highest caliber, but who the fuck knows? Until you actually do it, right? If you're someone that used to love dancing, right, when you were younger, and I'm not talking about on strip posts. Just because you're older, that don't mean that you can't still find a form of exercise, right, that allows you to dance. I'm over there in the gym with the earbuds in, and I'm dancing. And I felt so honored the other day. This girl came over to me, and she's like, she had a beautiful smile, right? And she's like, I love your vibe. I was like, thank you. I complimented her too. I was like, yeah, you got a beautiful smile. I appreciate your compliment. Thank you very much. No, we are not dating, right? People can just give you a fucking compliment and you can return the compliment back, right? It doesn't always have to lead to something, man. You just take that love because you're giving somebody something, even when you don't think so. Right. And I know a lot of people that are watching me I'm just dancing, man. I'm listening. I'm in my own music. I'm beating to my own fucking drum right here, right now, every day, motherfuckers. I am beating to my own drum. And so I'm over there, I'm dancing. I'm doing all kinds of shit. And people are just like, what the fuck? But when you're watching other people like that, you're wishing. I know you think, yeah, they're crazy. And guess what? Yeah, we are. We're crazy in love with ourselves, that we don't need your approval. We don't need to know what you think about us, because at the end of the day, it's none of my business what you think about me. And guess what? When you get to a point in your life and in maturity where you realize that, you know what? Nobody's really thinking about you as much as you think they're thinking about you. Then you get to be yourself. Then you can truly be yourself. right? When you realize that people just don't have the time to think about you, right? As much as you wish they did, or as much as you think they think about you, they don't, because they're thinking about their own life. Because even when someone sees me dancing, they're not thinking about me dancing. They're thinking about what it would be like for them to do that. Do you know what I'm saying, people? I love this shit. I love life, but I also love death, because without death, there is no life. And that's a morbid thought for a lot of you. So I hope you go out there, have a Sunday fun day, right? But figure out what the fuck your stage is, because there is a stage out there for you. There is a stage where the light is shining and it's empty right now, right? And it's only for you. And the whole world wants to see you on that stage. But even if only one person ever sees you on the stage and that one person is you, right? You're going to be a better person for getting on that stage and allowing yourself to just be who the fuck you are, right? Dance the way you want to dance, talk the way you want to talk, move the way you want to move, right? Express the way you want to express, right? And don't give a fuck what anybody else thinks about it, because there's always going to be haters. And the only reason why people are hating is because they're just miserable with themselves, right? They haven't fucking dealt with themselves, because winners cheer on people, right? Healthy, happy people accept broken, sad, depressed people with where they're at. I accept you guys for where you're at, because I've been there. I've been a miserable motherfucker, right? And I now know what it is to be a happy, blissful, joyful, peaceful, loving, kind light that is shining into the eyes of the beholders, right? But I don't do it for your acceptance. I do it because I know I'm called to do this. It's a gift. Not everybody could get on here and press fucking live, right? In their bedroom, unrehearsed, unscripted, and talk for an hour, right? And have people actually appreciate what I am saying, because it's resonating. And I know that it's because of that, it's a gift. Because in the time that I stepped away after July 22nd, right, I know there were some of you that were like, I knew it. I knew it wasn't meant to be. See, the things that aren't meant to be, they don't last. But see, the thing is you didn't have the right perspective. I work in the shadows because I had to go into a season of working on myself, tinkering, allowing some major growth, major expansion. But I also needed to see, is this something that I really want? And that at the end of the day is, I don't need to get on here. I don't do it for the attention. I don't do it because I just got nothing better to do, right? I could already been almost done with my fucking workout instead of being on here. I do it because I feel I am called to do this. And I feel empowered by doing this. And I feel it just flows like a river, right? It is a flow of energy. It comes in the form of voice, right? But it is a creative flow of energy that I am using to inspire you guys. And the reason why it resonates and the reason why it hurts a lot of motherfuckers is because what? It's real. It's raw. And you know that if I could talk like this, right? Holy shit, I'm definitely not doing it for your applause, right? For your approval. I'm doing it because I know the suffering that I have seen in the eyes of this world. And I know the suffering that I carried around for far too long. And I have found a way beyond the suffering, right? And I'm trying to share that message with you. I'm trying to show you guys there is a path beyond your suffering, beyond your complacency, and beyond all that bullshit, motherfuckers. Because you know that little bitch voice. It don't want to let you go. It doesn't want me to go to the gym today, right? The little bitch voice says, you don't love to work out. Why you want to go to the gym? It's Sunday, man, right? You could do other things. Don't go to the gym. But I can tell you what, as much as I don't love to go to the gym, I love the way I feel after I go to the gym. I know I love the way I feel after I go to the gym, right? It does. It adds to that glow. I love feeling good about myself because I know what I was when I had a big ass fucking jelly roll around my waist, man. That big old fucking pregnant stomach. Ugh. feeling like I was going to die in my sleep, right? No man should be that fat. No man should have a fucking carrying around a couple babies, looking 9 months fucking pregnant. No man should be doing that in 22 or any fucking year from here and beyond, right? And if that's how you are right now, right, my heart goes out to you because I know how I felt when I was in that situation, that physical state of being. And it was mostly a mental state of being, right? Because once you get the mind right, you can get the body right. Or it could be the reverse. Get the body right, the mind right. There's such a fine harmony, you guys. That's why there's got to be balance, right? But at the end of the day, it takes what? Your will to say I want to change up shit. And it's not about saying I'm gonna fuck off till the first of the year, right? I'm gonna just fuck around till the first of the year. I gotta party and let me just get all this, blow all this steam. Blowing all the steam until the first of the year is really gonna set you up for failure. There's very few people that have that mindset. Let me fuck off as hard as I can. Let me just get out all the shit I could get out. And when the first of the year comes, I'm gonna really be disciplined. I'm gonna change up. Nope. Right? You're not gonna change up. Chances are you won't change up. Right? It's almost guaranteed you will not change up for an extended period of time. Because it's in this season that you build that real discipline. You build that real mental fortitude. And if you think you can't do it, David Goggins' book, Can't Hurt Me, right? Where this motherfucker lost over 100 pounds in a short amount of time, did incredible academic feats in order to become, one of the most inspirational men on earth, right? Navy SEAL, Army Ranger, ultra marathoner, and just all around badass motherfucker, right? Because you know the drill. Results kill excuses. It's all on me. Greg's out.